DJ Rick Entertainment. Big sound, professional equipment, competitive pricing. Who else you gonna go with? DJ Rick can handle all your live sound needs at any event in the DMV. Large or small, indoors, outdoors, weddings, barbecues, and even your friendly neighborhood protest. You need an experienced and professional sound man? Call DJ Rick Entertainment. 202-749-7903. That's 202-749-7903. Wait a minute. I know what you're thinking. Man, DJ Rick got my event sounding so good. How can I live stream it on the internet? Well, guess what? DJ Rick offers live streaming services too. So you can Facebook and YouTube your event worldwide with full audio fidelity. Call DJ Rick Entertainment. 202-749-7903. Or send them an email. DJRick4321@gmail.com. That's DJRIC4321@gmail.com. Big sound at competitive pricing. And now live streaming. DJ Rick Entertainment. Who else you gonna go with?
Happy Tuesday, everybody, man. Welcome to Tea Time. I'm your man, T. Johnson, bringing you a lot of different strokes for different folks. I guess we're looking at the NFL, and the NFC East is stroking different from everybody else. It's more exciting than anything else. Other than that, though, we're going to jump around the league. We're going to find out what's going on. We're going to look at just about everybody right now, and then we're going to look at some previews for the NBA. The NBA starts today. Today is Tuesday, the 22nd of December, and the season's supposed to start today. So we're going to have an abbreviated show this week, getting things ready for Christmas and getting things ready for the new year. Everybody is trying to just settle in. We're going to talk about that too as well. And then we're going to wrap the show up quickly so everybody can get back to what they're doing in terms of their holiday gifts and arrangements and everything. Okay, so June, we're going to run one more commercial or whatever, and give me a few more minutes. We're going to put this thing together for the NFL roundtable real quick. We're going to see if we can get some people to come on in and chime in with me. We'll be right back with Tea Time. Hey, we're back right now. It's tea time. Hey, the NFL right now is a mess in terms of the NFC East, but right now we're going to go through some of the craziness that's been going on right now. Let's take a look right now at Titans and the Jaguars. 31-10. Now we know the Titans are going to the playoffs, and the Jaguars are heading to the bottom of the AFC South and the AFC period. So at 1-12 right now, they're in the lead for opportunity to get the number one draft pick. We'll see how that goes right there. But the Titans are playing some great football, unbelievable football right now, and they're putting themselves together right now for a good situation. So with the opportunity right now to look at that, and we're not going to even go back there. We're going to keep it moving right now with the Vikings and the Buccaneers, 26-14. I don't know what's going on with the Vikings. I have no idea what's going on with the Vikings. All I know is the Vikings are going so far downhill. It's not really an opportunity for them to look at something other than a draft pick. You got a great receiver. You got a great connection. Something's broken up there. On the other side, the Buccaneers are winning again. How do you guys feel about Tom Brady? How do you guys feel about the Buccaneers, and how do you feel about their chance to get deep into the playoffs? I want to know about that, because that's an opportunity for us to have a great discussion right there. Can Tom Brady go deep into the playoffs? Right now, it looks like the Patriots are not going to make it. They kind of need him. So with the Dinkin and Duncan, maybe, but Brady's starting to connect downfield with Gronkowski. He's also starting to connect downfield with the rest of the receiving core, and he's getting on the same page with these guys. And he's starting to air it out a little bit. He maybe had he had the arm in a shrink wrap for about 3 years right now. So everything's quick. It's all wrist. So now he's got that shoulder shrink wrap's taken off. He's throwing that ball now. He's starting to have fun, like it's supposed to be. Keep watching the Buccaneers. How far can Tom Brady and the Buccaneers get into the playoffs? That's the question I want to hear about. I'll be checking it periodically to see if anybody's going to answer that question right now. But I need some help on that. Chiefs 33, the Dolphins 27. That was a back and forth game right there. Dolphins had a little more fight than I thought they would. I thought they would lay down after a while. They were down 28-10 at the end of the. Was it 28-10? It was 30-10. Sorry, 30-10 at the end of the third quarter. So we saw the Dolphins try to come back and fight, and even though it was a little manufactured, we got the opportunity to see them and to really kind of coming to his own as the leader of that football team. And that's what he's starting to look like, the leader of that football team. KC, we know, is the number one seed right now on the AFC side and throughout the playoffs. A lot of people thought that they weren't going to be able to do this. We're going to see if they get tripped up. Now, they got the bye. So they get a chance to sit back. Any injuries, any nicks, any pings or anything like that, they're going to get an opportunity to sit back and watch who's going to come to them. And it could be a number of teams depending on how these teams map out in the playoffs in about 2 weeks. And if they get an opportunity to get an extra week to rest themselves to get ready to put on a great show. It's interesting to see what the NFL is thinking about and what they're trying to develop in terms of social distancing, as well as maybe bubble-like type situation where you can kind of separate the players from the public for a little while and kind of semi-quarantine them if they've already been quarantined. We're keeping our eyes on that right now. Well, we're going to get back into this right now. We're going to look at some of the standings. The Buffalo Bills, AFC East champs. There's a lot of Patriot fans out there that are really mad right now. Or there's a lot of real football fans that happen to like the Patriots that are sitting there and understanding that this is not a rebuilding year, but a restructuring. So I see a lot of people out there, a lot of Patriot fans that have been, tooting their horns and talking about it. Now they're taking their own medicine. And I'm kind of appreciating how they're handling this. You know what I'm saying? It's hard to be winning for about 20 years, and then all of a sudden your team is not there anymore. You know what I'm saying? The whole identity has changed. And the play's changed too. See, Bill Belichick is never down for long, though. He's never down for long. So you're gonna see a guy really get into it right now. Hey, Kansas City versus Buffalo in the AFC Championship game. Kansas City and Buffalo. Wow. The way Allen's playing at the quarterback spot for the Buffalo Bills, the way that they have sort of a balanced attack, but not really a balanced attack. They're doing the same thing, I think, that the Pittsburgh Steelers should be doing, but can't really develop and can't go with right now because of a lot of ailments from the past and in the present right now. But they're learning how to play and mask their passing game and mix it with their running game really good, where you don't know what's going on with them. So I like Diggs and like what he's doing down there at the receiver spot up in Buffalo. But Kansas City got weapons. Man, they got people getting hurt and still coming up and pulling out aces and say, oh, well, I'll throw this one down real quick. And I like the Kansas City Chiefs for right now. Experience-wise, weaponry-wise, receiver core, running back, the way they mix it up. I'm going to go with Kansas City. Buffalo in the Super Bowl, possibly. They're a strong team. Their defense is rough. They haven't peaked yet. Buffalo has not peaked defensively yet, and their offense is just starting to expand out a little bit. So maybe. I don't know. I'm on the fence. We're going to wait and see a couple more games and see how they pan out and who is their first opponent. And if they're going to be, we know they're going to win the division, so we know they're going to be home for the first game of the playoffs, for the wild card game. We'll see what's happening with that. It looks like they're possibly going to get the second seed in the AFC right now. That's where it's looking. But that's why they play the games. So Buffalo in the Super Bowl, I don't know. Kansas City versus Buffalo, I like Kansas City. How are you going to count Mahomes out? You can't. There is no counting Mahomes out. Hill, you can't count him out. The receiving core is just so good because their tight ends are willing to sacrifice in order to make the play that is necessary to win. Buffalo does the same thing, but I like Kansas City and the way they move a little bit better right now. But Buffalo's not too far behind. Would love to see a Buffalo-Kansas City championship game in Kansas City, because that's where it would be. It would be in Kansas City if that happens. So Buffalo on the road in Kansas City in January. Ooh, that's a different type of cold. I don't know. Any more questions coming up? Hit us up at Tea Time Sports Talk anytime you want. We're talking about this right now. Got me intrigued a little bit about the AFC. What about the NFC? Are we? Let's talk about the NFC East. The Redskins. I hate doing that. The Washington football team. Thanks, June. You just burnt. Washington football team. I don't think they played bad. I think the quarterback play was bad. Not Haskins himself, but I think the quarterback play was bad because I think they needed to maybe just tweak it a little bit more. He hadn't played in a long time, coming off the bench. He hasn't played in a while. So game time practice time or sitting down scout time is totally different. Those are three different things right there, if you ask me. So I would like to see him in a game situation again. He's not a bad quarterback, but his mechanics are off. His footwork is not right. And that's something that he should have been working on while in practice the entire time, trying to make sure that at least his footwork is right so that when he does step up, you don't have to worry about how you're going to step to the left or step to the right, or which shoulder you're going to be looking over that you want to make the pass, or do you want to go backside, or do you want to go straight through it, or do you want to inch up and then fire right across to the flat? It's a lot of things that go into playing football that you practice, but you have to be prepared to practice. And being prepared to practice means your footwork and your mechanics, how you move, how you place the ball, where you place the ball. Am I throwing from my ear, or am I going to throw that little funky side piece thing he has? Mahomes is doing it, and he's pretty accurate with it. If you're not accurate with it, you need to work on it, and that's why they call practice. That's called being a professional athlete and being responsible and learning your craft. Seattle, very good offensive line, outplayed Washington football team. Young, great defensive line. Yeah, I don't know if they outplayed them. I think they outworked them. I think they got outworked, and I think it was because of the fatigue. It's hard to be a defensive line playing that many minutes on the field, and your offense is doing 3 and outs and turning the ball over and putting you in bad spots. You just can't do it like that anymore. It's just not a good situation when you can't sustain a drive offensively, and because of a silly mistake or because of a rushed and hurried action by one player who I think needs to be prepared more. No? If anybody's listening that's with the Redskin organization, I'm not dogging this guy. I think Haskins has an opportunity to be a great quarterback, but I think you need to start with his mechanics. I think his mechanics are wrong for the NFL game. They can't stop the run. They can stop the run. Linebackers were put in bad positions because we were making not the wrong calls, but when they were audibling out of it. Now, don't forget who we were playing. That's the Seattle Seahawks. Russell Westbrook is a bad boy, man. And he understands how to maneuver defenses out of position. He understands that. He had him out of position 4 or 5 times, which cost him several yards of gashing runs and several yards gained in about 4 or 5 plays. We're going to check the stats on that when we come back. But I don't think so. Moving on from the Washington football team, let's look at, and I think this is, I know Giants fans, you're going to be mad at me. Let's look at the next threat. The Philadelphia Eagles. And I say that because they're 5-9 and 1. We're not certain what's going to happen with Washington. I'm not counting them out against the Washington football team. I'm not counting them out against anybody else in the league. Any given Sunday, somebody's going to win a game. It might be your team, then again, it might not be your team. But I'm looking at the way that the Giants are playing. And the Giants are steady, but hey, when they play up against some stiff competition right now, I just don't think they're ready yet. I think they're going to be ready. I think the NFC East teams will be ready, but I don't think they're ready right now. They're still learning how to play without their stars, and sometimes being a star when you're a young team, you have to be consistent because that's how you set your pace. So I would say that the Cowboys are in trouble a little bit. One more loss, and they really are out of it because of tiebreakers. And I would say that the opportunity for the Washington football team to win the division is the highest right now at about 70%. So what we'll do is we'll see how it is. We'll see how it is. They've been able to stop the run effectively enough, but they've been able to rush the quarterback with just 4 or 5 and been able to drop back in coverage and give that man, whoever the quarterback is of the opposition's offense, gave them an opportunity to throw some interceptions. That's what's going on right there, out there. Stopping the run isn't important when you want to throw the ball 40 times, 50 times, as you know. But, we've ran into some teams that are throwing the ball 30, 40, 50 times and not really running the ball at all. So stopping the run, that's depends on who they're playing. And I want to see the linebacker core beefed up a little bit more anyway. But we're going to get back to them in a second. Speaking again about the Cowboys, let's see how they handle it. It's not over yet. They're still in the hunt. But Washington would have to falter. They would have to fall to Carolina this week. And I don't see that happening. I see Riverboat Ron having his team ready for them to win. I see them going 7-8 at this moment right now and getting ready for the Philadelphia Eagles, which happens to always be the team they need to be to get into the playoffs and solidify their spot and win the division. So that's where I see that right now. Eagles have a chance. Yes, they still slim to none. The Giants have a better chance, but I don't see the Giants really being able to handle some of the competition they're getting ready to handle right now. And I don't see the Cowboys making it, but I see them making it interesting. Okay? All right, we'll be back with that one. The NFC North, the Bears, man. Do you like the Bears? Do they have a chance? Or are they dead? I think they're dead. They're going to restructure that team. Of course, you got the cream de la creme. You got the Green Bay Packers. Mr. Aaron Rodgers. Bad boy. Bad boy. He's making a lot of things happen, and he's got some serious targets. Again, we say that word again, targets. We say that word again, targets. He has targets. Of course, Detroit is dead in the water. Minnesota is on life support. I got to drink on that one. I got to have a little water on that one. They're on life support. Green Bay on all the way up. Okay. Please like and share this broadcast. Don't forget to like and share Tea Time Sports Talk off of your Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. Make sure to give us the likes we need, man, so we can get this out of here and have a lot of other things that are going on with this program as well that we're trying to launch. So we'd appreciate it. And we appreciate all the support that we're getting right now. Thank you very much. Okay, but the secondary, they're being beat. Yes, they are. That's another thing that got you. I got you. I understand, man. Lydell, I understand completely what you're saying. We have to draft, I keep saying this, a free safety. We have to draft a free safety, a cover free safety that covers from sideline to sideline. That's what the Washington football team needs. Your corners will be stronger if you have a free safety. They end up playing a little bit more as cornerbacks instead of outside linebackers, which they are not, which they keep getting banged out on because they should not be up there right there. They don't have the size for that. We don't have big corners. We got serviceable cornerbacks that can play if you're throwing the ball. So yeah, we need a big free safety that can cover from sideline to sideline. It's called a cover free safety. A cover free safety. A safety that can walk up and cover a man right in the box, or walk out and cover a man in a slot in short down yardage. I mean, this is what you need. There are plenty of guys out there to play that position and play it well. Even if you have to convert a cornerback, a big corner that can play free safety, you can do that. A cover-free safety will erase a lot of problems in the secondary. They won't throw it downfield as much, or they'll put it in certain positions. Then you get that dinking and dodging and all that. That's when you start needing your real strong safety to pull up in the box and cover and be a nickel corner. and be a nickel safety. You know, that those are things that people need to understand, that one player can change about 70% of what happens to you, and then you can add other players as you go along to expand your defense. That's what makes a great defense, by the way. We have a great defensive line, but you can beat them out if you have the right scheme. They've had the right scheme against them a couple times, but they've strengthened in numbers in terms of how they do it. Now they have a platooned defensive line and a defensive line squad that comes in and can change over. Everybody has a replacement on this line. If they're ready for the playoffs, this defense is built for the playoffs right now this year. I'll say that much. The linebackers, when the defensive line is running on all cylinders, the linebackers can play the way they need to play, which takes the pressure off of the corners and puts the pressure on the safeties, because everything is funneled towards the inside of the football field. So that's what we're looking at with that, man. So let's see what they do in terms of strengthening the team after the playoffs is over. Right now, we just worry about the playoffs and see if they can get there first. That's what everybody's looking for. Okay, let's look at the NFC South. Woo! Tom Brady, Drew Brees. I don't even have to say anything else anymore. Atlanta's not in it. Carolina, we beat them this week. Washington football team beats them this week, then they'll be out. But that's why they play the games, so we won't say anything about it. That's why they play the games. But right now, Drew Brees, let's see if he can strengthen himself for one more game before the end of the season. And Tom Brady's ready. The NFC West, wow. Rams are backing their way in. Can you hear it? Beep, 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 beep. Can you hear it? It's the Rams backing into the playoffs. Hey, look, I know you got a few Ram fans out there. Rob, I know you out there listening to the show. I know you ain't going to comment right now. But hey, they backing in right now. The 49ers right now are not going to be able to make it to the playoffs. They have not. They didn't receive an invitation. Sorry. Niner fans, see you next year. See you next year. We're looking at Seattle. Seattle's, with this win against the Washington football team, looks like Seattle's back in the driver's seat right now. And then you've got the Cardinals. I think they're still in the hunt, and they're still looking for the division title, hopefully. I don't know if they can get it or not. I think they're off by about two games. But I think they can get a playoff spot. And if you get a playoff spot with the Cardinals, you don't really want to play those guys. That's a dangerous, dangerous, dangerous team. Let's jump back over to the AFC. The AFC South is, let's look at it first. Jaguars. Texans. Good team, bad breaks. Been a rough one. They had a hard time getting things together. So you understand. The Colts. Yeah. And then the big bag Titans. I say the big bad Titans because Mr. Henry will come knocking on your door saying, "You gonna eat your cornbread?" Are you gonna eat your cornbread? Because he's gonna take it from you. Probably slam you on the ground while he's going into it for a touchdown. That's a big boy right there. So that's going to be interesting right there. Those two teams, the Colts, which are, I think the Colts are playing. Who are the Colts playing? I can't remember. Let me go back into the deck real quick. I think the Colts are somebody. Whoever's watching. Tell me who the Colts are playing this week. All right, so we got those two teams. Those two teams are really solidified for the South. The AFC East. Wow, Buffalo finally broke through, took over. But Miami is not far behind, and they're interesting. I think they're learning how to win with Tagovailoa. I think they're learning how to win. So we'll put a pin in Miami. We're not certain yet if they're for real or not yet. The people that they're going to put in position in this next draft it's going to make a big difference because I think they're going to bring in 1 or 2 guys who can really help themselves on both sides of the ball. So let's see if they get another offensive lineman. Let's see if they can replace that strong safety and Minka Fitzpatrick that was playing for them. It's hard to replace him. We're going to get to him in a minute, playing up in Pittsburgh. So we're looking at the Jets, who are completely out of it. They shut operations down back in October. Man. I think they're just coming in for the Christmas party. I think they're just coming in for the Christmas party tomorrow, and that's it. And then finish the season out. They coming every Thursday, Friday, and Saturday to make it look like somebody doing something. But they really are waiting for the draft. It's hard to look at it and understand that, the Colts. Thank you very much. The Colts are playing the Steelers. Oh, that door is wide open now. Thank you very much. Appreciate you. That door is wide open right there. So it's a slippery slope right now. Miami is gaining, but are they gaining enough? The Bills have already solidified and locked down the spot for the division title anyway. It doesn't make a difference. We're not gonna see the Jets after next weekend anyway. Week after next, we're not gonna see them anymore. They're done for the week, done for the time. And it's who else can we look at as a power for the NFC? Okay, who else can we look at? So I like the way the Bills are playing. I like the way they're coached. I like the way that they actually attack. Now, AFC West, home of the champs. And the champs are number 1 in the AFC and have possibly the best record in the league right now. And probably the best team in the league, if you really ask me. The way they play their defense, the way they are able to force a lot of turnovers through their defensive backfield and not through just the linebackers and the defensive line, which does pretty well in terms of forced fumbles. But the competition that they're playing against. The Raiders are up and down. You never know who's going to show up in Las Vegas. It's a crapshoot. I've been waiting for that one. Hey, I shouldn't have moved to Vegas. It's too bad. Hey, it's a crapshoot though. Denver is not really up to par, if you ask me. And I'm going to have to say that the Chargers, they don't have a spark. They're a good football team, but they don't have a spark. He has a good ball team, but he's going to have to find those guys. Now, in the AFC North, as you saw, the Pittsburgh Steelers tumbled. So I don't know how that's going to work out. Cleveland, I like the Cleveland Browns. I've liked the Cleveland Browns for the last 3 years. I've liked some of the moves and some of the draft picks and some of the free agents that they brought in. I think they're a great team, and I think that sky's the limit with this team, and they might be able to blossom in the playoffs. You never know. I like the Cincinnati Bengals. I think they're the team to watch for next year. Joe Burrow's coming up. I do like the Pittsburgh Steelers, but because I'm a Mike Tomlin. I'm a Mike Tomlin fan, but I think they needed to have a balanced attack and a balanced offensive attack with the run game, and it didn't happen. So we're going to come back to that, and that's what I think about that team. Baltimore, watch out. Cleveland and Baltimore, mess around. Knock them out, and they'll be the best team in the playoffs, not in the playoffs. We'll be right back, man. We're going to take a break real quick today, June. We're going to break this real quick. We're going to come back with some NBA talk, and we're going to also talk about what they did to the college football playoffs this year and how they force-fed us 4 teams that were already ready for it, but they should have been expanded more. We're going to talk about that real quick. touch on that about 15 minutes, and then we're going to go to NBA real quick and do a roundup on who you're rooting for. Be right back here. It's tea time. Man, Terrance Johnson. Be right back, man.
DJ Rick Entertainment. Big sound, professional equipment, competitive pricing. Who else you gonna go with? DJ Rick can handle all your live sound needs at any event in the DMV. Large or small, indoors, outdoors, weddings, barbecues, and even your friendly neighborhood protest. You need an experienced and professional sound man? Call DJ Rick Entertainment, 202-749-7903. That's 202-749-7903. Wait a minute. I know what you're thinking. Man, DJ Rick got my event sounding so good. How can I live stream it on the internet? Well, guess what? DJ Rick offers live streaming services too. So you can Facebook and YouTube your event worldwide with full audio fidelity. Call DJ Rick Entertainment, 202-749-7903. Or send them an email, djrick4321@gmail.com. That's DJRIC4321@gmail.com. Big sound at competitive pricing. And now live streaming. DJ Rick Entertainment. Who else you gonna go with?
All right. We're back. Hey, that's a pretty decent look at what the NFL is about right now. So I would like to look at the opportunity for the NFL to start expanding, and I think they will expand. I think the NBA is going to expand. I've been talking about that for about the last 2 years. There are a lot of teams, and excuse me, not a lot of teams. There are a lot of cities who are without teams who are willing to build the arenas and have these teams play in them. So that's the opportunity that I'm looking at right now. I see Seattle, Washington getting an NBA franchise. I see Oakland, California getting another football franchise, and maybe a basketball franchise, have a Twin City type of thing. Well, you got the Golden State Warriors playing over there on the other side of the Golden State Bridge now. And then you get in Frisco, and then you got an Oakland team. You can expand a little bit. It's not that bad of a thing, but Oklahoma City has a team. And San Antonio has a team. So, where else are you going to put a team? St. Louis. NFL does the same thing. So we're gonna start. Keep your eyes around. Keep your eyes open, and keep your eyes and your ears open, because the opportunity to get a franchise team is coming to a lot of these cities. They're supporting situations now, and I see them putting more teams to the situation, because we need to have an even number of playoff participants, I say. There should be at least one more playoff participant in this NFL playoffs, and I think there should be 4 more teams that are allowed in the playoffs if they expand. So you can have a first round, and then the winners of those teams play the next level, which is the teams that had the byes, which are 4 teams. If you want to give the byes to the division playoff teams that win the division champs. Whole nother situation. Speaking of playoffs, the college football playoffs, they got the 4 best teams that they said were part of the top 10 and played the best out of the season. Our circumstances have caused us to not have the best. I think there should have been more teams. just to make it interesting and to knock out. This is the pandemic year. Knock out some of the heavyweights that are playing because they're not prepared or they didn't have enough games or they didn't get a rhythm. Knock them out. It's fun that way. It's you don't have to worry about it. Mr. B. Anthony Knight, man, has NBA Seattle. Yeah, I see them going to Seattle. Matter of fact, I think they're talking about it right now. NFL, yeah, you never know. Oregon wants a professional football team. Eugene. I think Portland might be a better spot, but you never know. There are a couple major cities on the west coast of Oregon that can house a football program, and they need something over there. So Seattle, Washington has something going on. I would like to see another team in Seattle. That state's big enough. Or the shortness creates the demand, leaves fans wanting more. Yeah, I think this. I think the same thing. Mr. B. Anthony Knight. I think the same thing. Well, getting back on track to what we were talking about, college football playoffs. You got the Ohio State football team, Buckeyes, playing Clemson in the semifinals. You got Notre Dame getting ready to gear it up against the big bad boys from Bama, Crimson Tide. Now, I mean, these are going to be two great matchups on January 1st. I think it's going to be great. If they play it on January 1st, they might postpone it if they haven't already because of the COVID scares. And these teams have been hit. Some of these teams have been hit right now with what's going on right now in reality. So, all right, Tea Time Sports Show. Hey, they're saying the Irish. I wish we could get some odds on that. The Irish should get some odds on that. Let's see what they're trying to project for the Irish. I like Notre Dame's football team. I was corrected about liking them by my man Dre and Kurt. Hey, it's okay. Yeah, y'all got me on that one. I hadn't seen them all season, and I knew they were a decent football team, but I didn't know how powerful they were until they ended up beating up on Clemson. That was something special. But they did it without Trevor Lawrence. So he was on a little bit of a rhythm. He was on a little bit of a roll. I think he would have been great for it. You never know. That's why they play the games. If you ask me, you could have given these four teams first-round byes because there are a lot of teams that played well enough to be in the playoffs that you ignored. And I'm speaking to the NCAA selection committee and the BCS or whatever they call it now. They've been made so many names of they just filter money. I said it. I'm sorry. I don't mean to say it like that, but that's what it is. So, you're making money off this, but I think that 8 more teams in the playoffs started on the 12th. If you wanted to make it on the 19th, it's great. Matter of fact, you could have made it starting right after Christmas. And it could come on Thursdays and Fridays. And you can have the championship on a Monday so you can give people the opportunity. I do believe that B. Anthony Knight, Clemson they got some get back against someone in the ACC title game. They got some get back. But when you have teams that are all over the country that have not had an opportunity to be showcased, you take 8 more teams, and what you do is you pit them against each other to see who's going to get a chance to play these guys in a semifinal or quarterfinal matchup, and then cream rises to the top anyway, right? Give these kids an opportunity to play for. They've lost 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 games of their careers because of COVID. Give them an opportunity to play against each other and see who really is the best. And then the NFL can start saying who really is the best because we got some of these people saying, hey, I'm not going to have my bowl game. So these guys are not getting their just due. My question is this: how many bowl games are being played starting next week or starting this week? Anybody know? Anybody know? Help me out. How many bowl games are going to be played between now and December 30th? Not December 31st. Those are mostly major bowl games right there, or big time mid-major bowl games. How many bowl games between December 21st and December 30th are being played? Hit me up with that, somebody. Let me know what's going on. All right, let's jump out of this. Let's get out here and talk about the NBA. The NBA is starting today. Today is December 22nd, and it's Tuesday, and they're lacing them up for real. They're going to tip it off in a 72-game season. Not an 82 games, 72 games. They got playoffs getting ready to happen. And when the playoffs happen, the top 6 teams in each conference get to sit back for a week. Got you. Appreciate it, T-Time. That's right, man. Clemson, 11-4. Ohio State, 11-4. Alabama, 5-1. Notre Dame, 5. Oh, my goodness. Woo, look at the stats. Clemson is they're talking about Notre Dame, 30-1 odds. Alabama, 5-1 odds. Keep it up for me for a second, Jim. Ohio State, 11-4 odds. Woo! Clemson, 11-4 odds. That's amazing, man. That is amazing. See, these odds are up right now because what they're saying is they have a defense that they might have some holes in it that you don't see unless you get good competition. An offense that might not be able to move the ball against a particular type of defense. Or an offense and a defense that can overpower just about anybody. That's the Ohio State Buckeyes. That's why they're in the playoffs. Ohio State only played 6 or 7 games. That's why they're in the playoffs. That information right there came from Vegas Sportbook odds. Thank you, Vegas Sportbook odds. Appreciate you for handling that. Now, with that being said, if you would have had 8 more teams, giving them an opportunity to bang each other in and bang with each other a little bit and give them a chance to really get it in, play some extra games, that would have been more exciting than just watching the 4 teams that you expect to be in there. Don't let them feed you this mess, man. Stop letting them feed you this mess about who's supposed to be great. There's going to be some HBCU teams that are going to be competing in about 2-3 years with these. We want to see all of them play. Expand the playoffs. You got an opportunity to expand the playoffs to as many as 16 teams, but a good 12 teams in the playoffs with your top 4 getting buys. 1, 2, 3, 4 be having a bye, and then 5 through 8 playing against 9 through 12. And playing those teams together and giving these teams the opportunity to fight into the playoffs. A quarterfinal match with the top 4 teams against 4 great teams that can really who have fought their way and earned their way to there. That gives you a more suspenseful situation. Now it's supposed to go chalk the first few years, but what happens when a team like Jackson State comes in and Deion Sanders comes in and gets to the championship game? With kids that you wouldn't have recruited at the University of Maryland or the University of Michigan, or wouldn't have recruited to the University of Virginia, or we wouldn't have recruited to Virginia Tech or to Miami. Wouldn't have brought them to a Pac-10 school. Wouldn't have brought them to a Big 12 school. I think everybody. If we're going to talk inclusion on all these levels, then I think we need to start including all the teams and giving everybody an opportunity. It's fun to see other teams other than what we see. I love seeing Ohio State win. That's one of my favorite teams to watch. I love seeing USC when they have great teams. I love seeing Notre Dame hit when they got a great team. I love seeing the Miami Hurricanes finally come to glory again. But we want to see some good football. And this is an opportunity for you guys in the NCAA to do that. That's what we're looking for. Give me a call at Tea Time, NCAA. I want to give my opinion, and I'll let you know exactly what these other folks are saying right now, because we get a lot of opportunity now for people to interact with the show. All right. I'm going to take a quick break. June, we're hitting the last half hour, man. Please listen to our commercials and show that one about Rick again, man, because that's a great commercial. Hey, we'll be right back. I'm your man T. Coming right back after these messages, man, on Tea Time Sports Talk.
DJ Rick Entertainment. Big sound, professional equipment, competitive pricing. Who else you gonna go with? DJ Rick can handle all your live sound needs at any event in the DMV. Large or small, indoors, outdoors, weddings, barbecues, and even your friendly neighborhood protest. You need an experienced and professional sound man? Call DJ Rick Entertainment. 202-749-7903. That's 202-749-7903. Wait a minute. I know what you're thinking. Man, DJ Rick got my event sounding so good. How can I live stream it on the internet? Well, guess what? DJ Rick offers live streaming services too. So you can Facebook and YouTube your event worldwide with full audio fidelity. Call DJ Rick Entertainment. 202-749-7903. Or send them an email. DJRick4321@gmail.com. That's DJRIC4321@gmail.com. Big sound at competitive prices. And now live streaming. DJ Rick Entertainment. Who else you gonna go with?
Hey, what's going on, man? We're back here at Tea Time. This is the Tea Time Sports Talk. I'm your man, T. Johnson. Thanks for tuning in. We appreciate you. For all those that tune in afterwards, man, appreciate you also. Martin Shaw, how you doing, man? What's going on with you, man? Appreciate you, man. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. We have covered everything but the NBA right now, man. I'm looking right now. Hey, the NBA is kicked off, and it's the Golden State Warriors 77, the Brooklyn Nets 109. They are blowing their doors off. I had to say it like that. It's gonna take them a minute. It's gonna take them a minute. You know, they got to get their stuff back. But let's look at the stats, man. You know, these stats, man, don't lie. And I think that Wiseman is a bad boy. If you ask me right now, he's put in about, you know. Oh, hey, what's going on, Joe? Hey, Giuseppe, what's happening, man? How you doing? What's going on? All right. Yeah. We're chilling. All right. Hey, Wiseman put in about 17 minutes right now, guys. He's got 9 points and 4 rebounds. This is a rookie, a 19-year-old rookie, 20-year-old rookie. This guy is really going to be the savior for them in the end. He's going to actually make sure that they get to the playoffs. So just mark my words right now. Steph Curry's got 20 points, 10 assists and 5 rebounds. He's doing his job. Wiggins with 13 points, assists, and he got a rebound. Kelly Oubre Jr. Kelly Oubre is up there. 6 points, 7 rebounds. Wanamaker, 2 points, 1 assist. I don't know, Wanamaker, you got to turn it up, baby. Kim Bazemore's up there. Kevin Looney's playing pretty well. Poole's playing well. Lee's playing well. Let's look at what the Nets are doing right here, man. DeAndre Jordan, he's got 4 points, but he's got 11 rebounds, double figures in rebounds. Kyrie Irving for the Nets, 26 points, 4 assists, 4 rebounds. Go ahead, Kyrie. Kevin Durant, 22 points, 3 assists, 5 rebounds. Harris out there giving him up 10 points, 2 assists, and 7 rebounds. 9 points for Dinwiddie, and he's giving up 4 assists and 5 rebounds, doing his job. LeVert, 18 points, 4 assists, 7 rebounds. These guys are playing their part. Lamont Shepard, he's giving it up with 6 points also up in there. They're doing it up in Old Man River. Jeff Green, 7 points and one assist right now, doing his job. That's what's going on with the Nets right now. So that's what we're going to see right now. We're going to see them do a lot, man. They need, Martin, they're going to need Draymond. They need Draymond. Draymond's going to need to show up when he comes back. So I appreciate that. Yeah, B. Anthony Knight, Warriors are not a full strength right now. We know that, but you got to kick a mule when he's down, because when they get full strength, watch out. Everybody, hey, put a circus on that. Hey, Joe, I see out there. Joe's going with the Lakers. That's a pretty easy one right there, Joe. I mean, they got the king. But we're gonna see them play soon. Martin Shaw's going for the Wizards right now. Me and Martin, we could be sticking together, man. Because hey, Marty Ma, I'm staying as a Wizards fan, brother. I'm staying as a Wizards fan. Joe coming in as a double agent. Wow. Zards, 2 Lakers and the Zards. You going West Coast, East Coast? All right, okay, all right. Well, there's more games coming up right now. We're gonna be tuning in. Be on the lookout for me putting some stuff on the. We're gonna be putting some stuff on the Facebook page right now. The website is being developed as we speak right now, so please hold on. We're gonna have stuff on the website too, and we'll be talking about that over the course of the new year. June's gonna holler at me about that because he's gonna tell me how to do what I need to do. So stick with the home team. Thank you, Martin. I'm gonna stick with the home team, man. We're gonna stick with it. Oh, here we go. This is gonna be good right here, ladies and gentlemen. I've got a lot of people that are gonna start chiming in a lot more. You'll start seeing it. Hey, Joe Swan, thanks a lot. Martin Shaw, appreciate you, man. Shawbone, thank you very much for watching, man. Okay, look. We're looking at the NBA as a situation that will kind of, explode. You need bullets, right? Hey, B. Anthony Knight, stop playing, man. Yeah, the bullets, man. I still call them the bullets too. So what we're gonna talk about right now is, because we're in our last half hour, is what do you think about the situation with the University of Florida and the student athlete that passed out? What do you think about what's going on with the way that they're treating these student athletes? And they're not paying them. The way they're treating these student athletes and how they're putting them in position to be injured, to be ill, I'm sorry, NCAA, but I don't really believe in what you're doing. I like the fact what has happened right here in the DC area, where they've shut it all down. You still got AAU plans, places like that. That's their choice right there. I wouldn't have my child out there. Wouldn't have my child out in any of it. I applaud the DCSAA. I applaud the WCAC. I applaud the IAC. I applaud all the sports departments and sports athletic directors for all the high schools, prep schools, and for most of the recreations right now for shutting it down. Let's just shut it down and keep it down for right now. Let's find out what's going on. Let's start anew when we need to, sometime in March when we're supposed to, and then we'll pick it up from that point on. Okay, let's shut this stuff down. Let's make sure we're starting to see our professional athletes now. They have a choice about it. You could have opted out. So that's where we are right now. This is an interactive show. Tea Time is always going to be looking at our local and spreading out to our national viewers for all of your youth sports and high school sports as well. So this will become a hub. Eventually, this will be, I'm just going to say, it's going to become a hub for a lot of information about a lot of sports and how different schools present their programs and how they're successful or not successful. Yeah, I think so too. When it comes to college, I think it's their choice. I think it's all about the choice. You're right, Joe. You don't pick for fluff and flash. You pick for what fits you as a person, what fits you as a student, what fits you as an athlete. You know what I'm saying? What fits you as a student athlete? We do know it's all about the green too. They're free labor, man. You're right. You're right. If a school is pursuing you heavily, student athlete, get your parents involved, get your coaches involved, get your guidance counselor, your principals, get somebody involved that has no skin in the game, that has no opportunity to jerk you around, doesn't want to do anything to you, just wants you to get the best situation. Sometimes a Division II school or a lower Division I level school will be a little bit better for you. It will help you grow. It will help you grow. Yeah, you won't be playing on TV right away. You might get a chance to play for them and then get a better situation for a Division I school. You never know. Excuse me, I'm putting my hands all over the place. It's not TV, so I apologize. But it's a growth situation. So we want to start tracking and start watching and start cultivating an opportunity for our children here in this area to do some things. So, in college is their job to interview. That's right. That's what we have to start learning right now, Joe, is that we need to do this. So we need to start learning the opportunities right now of how to talk to people, how to speak to people, how to ask for what you want, and how to use all your social media properly. So that's what we're going to be looking. That's why we're reaching out to all AAU. We're reaching out to all the youth organizations here in the DC metropolitan area. That means Charles County, South County over there in PG, Upper County up there in Damascus. We want to see everybody, Gaithersburg, all the AAU teams in DC. Beacon House waiting for you. Beacon House waiting for you. Marshall Heights waiting for you. Want to see you do some things. We're going to give them an opportunity to showcase their situation. Then we want to make sure that we expand it out and start looking towards our region and start reaching out beyond our region and start understanding what these other people are doing and how we can uniform things for our children so that we can maybe, make our own leagues. That's how it goes, man. Other than that, what do you think? And what grade do you give if you're a parent of a student athlete, high school, middle school, elementary school, doesn't make a difference. What grade do you give the organization that sponsors or promotes their sports right now in terms of how they've dealt with COVID, how they've either canceled the situation or how they've made it better for you, still give them an opportunity to practice and work out? Tell me what grade you give your group. And that's something that and think about it. Are you really giving them an honest grade, up or down? Yeah, your kid might not be playing, but it doesn't make a difference if your kid's playing. Is your child safe? Is your high schooler safe? Is your prep schooler prepared academically to graduate? Is your college student in the right position? Or thanks very much again for that answer. In the right school. Did he choose? Thanks, Joe. Did he choose the right spot? Did he or she find a spot where they can be solidified within 3 years and still participate and grow with the program? Or did they pick the wrong school and now they have to go find another home? Which is uprooting is rough too. And if they're still trying to commit with the same situation. I want to thank you guys for watching Tea Time. we will be having guests on soon. We're trying to still work out our situation, but I'm not going to explain all that. June, thank you so much, man. I appreciate you giving me the opportunity and the platform right now. We can keep it moving right now. This is Tea Time Sports Talk. I'm your man, T. Johnson. Thanks for all the participation today. Looking for a whole lot more of that. And check out our page, and I'll be making some other observations and stuff like that over the course of this next 2 weekends over the holiday time too. So hey, stick with me. I'm your man T. Gotta go. Thanks, Jim.